It's no secret that so many games draw direct inspiration from classic titles. I don't even want to try and remember how many retro-inspired platformers I've played in my life. Well, Foxton Forest looks to do one better, not just drawing inspiration from the classic 16-bit platformers, but actually being one itself, and for the most part it does so pretty well, offering simple combat controls, challenging gameplay and a visual style that will make you question why your console doesn't look like a SNES. Although it does deliver on most of its nostalgic promises, the game also brings along a lot of repetitive gameplay from the 16-bit era, which should probably be left in the past. Just like all great platformers of the 16-bit era, the story here isn't the game's selling point. That's not to say it's bad, just very generic. You play as Rick the Fox, who has been chosen by a partridge and a seasonal tree to search through the 4 different seasons to find the tree's missing sacred oak. In all honesty, I actually really liked the simplistic story on offer. So many times I feel like a game can try and be too clever, when all we really want is a simplified narrative to purely act as a vehicle to take us from stage to stage. And that's exactly what Foxton Forest does. Once you finish the short tutorial section of the first level, you're left on your own, and this is where the game starts to show its true colours. Make no mistake, Foxton Forest is a challenging game. Not a Cuphead standard of challenge, but more a reminder that games in the 90s were genuinely hard. The moment I realised the developers had been brave enough to deliver a suitable challenge along with the 16-bit visuals, a cheeky smile broke out on my face. I literally felt like a kid again. The main gameplay mechanic on offer in Foxton Forest is the ability to change the seasons on the fly. As you progress through different seasons, the game leans further into this mechanic, providing more of a puzzle element rather than just platforming. The continuous change of seasons is needed to clear certain sections of a level and help you find the all-important collectible seeds. This change of seasons is delivered to best effect in a flying stage during the summer season. You're only given one life and must juggle between winter and summer to avoid stormy clouds and towering high infernos. The different collectibles are cleverly hidden between the seasons, so switching across too late could result in you easily missing them. The reason these collectibles are so important is due to the game's rather annoying stance on blocking your progression if you haven't acquired enough seeds. If this was just down to a lack of exploration on my behalf, then I would see no fault, but the really annoying issue here is that most seeds are locked away until you acquire a certain ability. This shoehorning approach into making you play the same level again up to 4 times really pulls you out of the fun nostalgic experience. Granted, a lot of classic games of the 90s took the same approach to their gameplay. However, I think we can all be in agreement that certain mechanics from retro games should stay in the past, and playing the same level over and over again is definitely one of them. Luckily, the abilities you get from taking down the different seasonal bosses can play a key role as you venture further into the seasons. For example, when starting out you don't have the ability to attack off a double jump, but once I'd earned enough gold and brought the attack, it became one of my go-to moves in most situations. Upgrading attacks and abilities aren't the only improvements on offer. You can also increase your mana bar, which is used to change the seasons, and you can add more hearts to your health bar. Some of these upgrades are actually locked behind donut collectibles, which you must find in order to purchase them. Unlike the progression barrier the seeds create, I actually like this approach to the upgrades, as it offers completionist players more of a tangible reason to delve back into the levels and doesn't hinder your progression through the main game. For the most part, Foxton Forest does a good job of capturing the 16-bit magic of a SNES platformer. The nostalgic visuals, challenging gameplay and tons of collectibles all help whisk you back to the 90s. Unfortunately, the game also includes a lot of repetitive gameplay that would probably be best left in the 90s. With that said, Foxton Forest is an enjoyable platform adventure game, whether you grew up in the 16-bit era or have never even heard of it. To see more on Foxton Forest, then why not check out the first 15 minutes of gameplay available now? And to keep up to date with more indie game news, reviews, previews and podcasts, make sure you subscribe and head on over to indie-credible.com.